Ano ba yung sinasabing ad cautelam? Yan, ha? Makakasama natin ang isang batikang abogado na ito parte talagang nagtuturo ng online nagtuturo ng pagsisimplify ng batas, ano ha? Si Attorney Rogelio Boy Wong. Attorney Wong, magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Hi Angel, good morning. Ganon din sa inyong mga tagapakinig at mga napakaraming tagapaghanga.
Apo,
Maraming salamat.
Attorney Wong, ano nga pala yung online advocacy mo para ma-educate ang mga...
Meron tayong program no sa it is in collaboration with our chapter sa IBT. Ito yung Batas Pinoy, no?
Batas
na nagbibigay-
Pinoy.
Yes.
Oo.
Nagbibigay tayo ng legal information no sa mga kababayan natin, no. Sa samot-saring mga legal issues na dumarating sa kanilang buhay. These are typically legal information that gives our viewers mga legal na information no sa about particular law no dito sa atin na nakaka-apekto sa kanilang situation o sa kanilang karapatan.
Ayan. So what is ad cautelam?
Alam mo kami sa mga lawyers no, ad cautelam basically is, for me, it could be used in many ways no. It is a caution, no? It is motion for maraming yan, mayroong answer ad cautelam or motion ad cautelam. Actually, ibig sabihin yan, it is a caution, no? Or to be on the safe side. In short, kung ikaw kasi ay nagpa-file ng petition or motion or complaint sa korte or in this case, no? Consolidated answer ni Vice President Inday Sara, no? Nakalagay doon, ad cautelam. That's an abundance of caution because dito, pag you are facing yourself on a safe side, no? Kasi it doesn't mean na pag nag-file ka kasi ng answer, parang either you admit already, number one, the jurisdiction of the court or tribunal, or kailangan you'll be under obligation to answer the complaint. Kasi kaya nga answer eh. Now, if you have a reservation about the complaint, no? So, either hindi mo kinikalala yung jurisdiction or hindi klaro yung mga sinasabi or you are being required no to produce your evidence, yun na nga sabi nga sa ating jurisprudence kasi sa ating constitutional law at saka sa dito sa ating laws on evidence natin, rules on evidence, yung nag-allege, the prosecution has the burden of proof no of presenting evidence. So it should not be, the burden is not upon the respondent or the defendant. So yung marahil ang kadahilanan kung bakit nag-file ng ad cautelam, no? Because based on the reports that I have gathered, yung daw the answer argues that the complaint lacks ultimate facts to support its allegation. Ano ba yung ultimate facts? Obligado kasi pag ikaw ang nag-file ng complaint, hindi ka dapat magbigay ng mahabang kwento doon o narratives, no? Kailangan i-cite mo kagad ano ba yung specific facts, ultimate facts that constitute cause of action.
Pag hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, hindi, nag-plunder yan. Dapat tukuyin mo, alin din yung ginawang plunder.
Oo. So dapat you have to allege ultimate facts at saka you have to be specific, no? Para hindi ka mabutasan katulad nito. Well, yung defense is already saying na tika muna wala ka namang ultimate facts. So how can we present our answer? Pangalawa, siyempre ito din is a defensive strategy ito, no? Kasi una, number one, the Vice President was only given up to 4:30, no? Yesterday, on March 16 to file her answer. So para hindi siya ma-technical at to be safe, kaya nga nag-file na siya ng answer ad cautelam because there are reservation na sinasabi niya o sinasite niya. Halimbawa kami rin pag nag-file kami ng pleadings, you could argue that it lacks substance, no? So how can we provide the answer, the responsive answer kung wala namang substantive charges to answer? So and then you could also question the absence of due process, no? Like it is claimed that the committee disregard fair play, citing double standards in treating evidence against her compared to the president na dismiss kagad yung impeachment complaint sa kanya dahil walang substance, no? So hindi daw patas, wala sa standard.
Pero
so, yun ang essence, no?
Yung sinasabi ni Attorney Ridon na teka muna, isumpi na natin yung mga salin at saka yung ibang mga dokumento ni BP Inday para masubstantiate yung kanilang yung kanilang mga charges. Mali pala yun.
Sa aking pananaw, sa aming mga abogado, that is a fishing expedition kasi kung nag-file ka ng complaint, it is your burden, nasa prosecution ang magpresenta ng ebidensya. Hindi yung sasabihin mo doon sa defendant, oy, magpresenta ka ng ebidensya to prove na wala kang kasalanan. Di ba?
Baliktad.
Baliktad. So, ganun yun.
What happens now? Sumagot ad cautelam. So, anong susunod?
Well, this will not prevent the House of Representatives to proceed, no? Ito lang man is kaya ad cautelam because later on, perhaps, no, if there is really grave abuse of discretion, no, or there could be a violation of due process, no, pwedeng iakyat ito sa korte. Because remember, nung last year, no, if I'm not mistaken, the Supreme Court came out with a decision, no, as regards to the earlier articles of impeachment filed against the Vice President. Sinabi ng Supreme Court unconstitutional yun because ang dami mga defect, no, lack of due process, no, among others. So, ito is just an ad cautelam answer, is a defensive legal strategy that does not fully hold the process but serves to protect the rights, no, of the respondent or the defendant. So, yun ang dyan. Oo.
Can they proceed now without hearing the side of the Vice President?
Well, sabi ko nga kanina, this will not prevent the House of Representatives to proceed. But kaya nga the respondent or the Vice President filed his or her yung tinatawag niyang ad cautelam answer just in case. Kasi sinasabi niya doon. So, this will also protect her. And later on, kung gusto niya umakyat sa Korte Suprema, again to question, to question the proceedings because of lack of due process. At saka yun nga, ano ba naman, walang in short, based on the narratives, walang ultimate facts. Siyempre sa aming mga pugado, kailangan kung ikaw ay mag-file ng complaint, ano ba yung ultimate facts? That constitute the offense. Okay. Kung isupina mo lang ang isang tao at ibigay mo sa amin yung salin mo or whatever evidence, mukhang baliktad yan, no? You are just like putting the horse, no, ahead of the cart. No? So yun ang pananaw ko in essence, no?
Wow. So ibig sabihin po nito kung sakasakali balik sa square one ang Kongreso.
Oo, maaaring yan, that could be ground later on, no? Halimbawa, papunta yan sa Senate, papunta sa Senado yan, where the Senate sits as an impeachment court, papunta yan dyan, and then perhaps before or during the proceedings, baka, makakuha na naman ng punta sa Supreme Court, no? Will rule. Kasi kung hindi siya nag-file ng answer with abundance of caution, magiging stop na siya. Oo, kasi iba't ka nag-file ng answer kung wala pa ng jurisdiction. Okay? So, mga ganon.
Okay.
Attorney, meron bang posibilidad na itong mga hinihingi nilang documents partner, yung mga salin at kung gusto nilang gawing ebidensya, paano kung hindi i-submit nung panig ni VP Inday Sara? May possibility ba ganun o mako-call out siya for non-compliance?
Pwede ba siyang i-cite in contempt?
Oo.
Well, kaya nga nag-file na siya ng answer ad cautelam. Kaya nga sinasabi ultimate facts. So alin doon sa salin ang na-violate niya?
Oo nga naman.
What is specific? Alin doon?
Kasi hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin yung yaman na kasi sinasabi nila kaya hinihingi nila yung salin dahil daw questionable yung yaman niya for the past 18 years.
18 years? Babalikan.
Alin doon?
Oo, exactly.
Hindi pala po
sabi
pwede
nga dito,
yun? Hindi pala pwedeng
it lacks
shotgun?
ultimate facts. Oh, it violates the rule on the rules of evidence at saka yung constitutional process natin na yung ating sistema na he who alleged, no, he who accused, no, has the burden of presenting the evidence. Ang burden of evidence or proof ay nasa prosecution. Oh, bakit mo naman isisip mo doon sa respondent o sa defendant?
Oh, akala ko pa naman ang gagaling ng mga abogado nung Committee on Justice.
Well, magagaling naman sila because alam mo kasi let's not forget that this is a political exercise ito so
pero you cannot negate the provision of the law pagdating sa
Exactly.
sa rules of evidence. Di ba?
exactly kaya nga yung Supreme Court declared the earlier impeachment as unconstitutional, di ba? Kasi nag-violate doon ng due process.
So pwede rin to kapag itinuloy nila, pwedeng i-appeal na naman sa Supreme Court.
Oh yes, kasi although sinasabi nila, this is true, no, under the Constitution, the House of Representatives, no, has the sole authority, no, to initiate impeachment proceedings. That is their constitutional mandate. But we should not forget, no, kasi yung iba during the time na lumabas yung issue ng first impeachment ni Vice President, marami nagko-question, wala naman daw jurisdiction o kaya nagkaroon ng overreach yung Supreme Court, no? Parang naka-encroach siya sa mandate ng House of Representatives at saka sa Senate, no? About the case. Pero let's not also forget na under the Constitution, the Supreme Court is vested with the power of judicial review, no? On all acts of the branches of the government where there is evidence that mayroon talagang arbitrary exercise of this constitutional power, violation of due process. Kasi yung due process, that is a sanctified principle of doctrine sa ating Bill of Rights na hindi po pwedeng i-violate yan. Because yun na lang ang sandalan ng ordinaryong mamamayan against the exercise by the state of its police power.
Professor Attorney Boy Wong, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagkakataon.
Thank you
Sa
so
pagkakataong
much po.
nakasama natin, naintindihan natin. Ha? Oo.
My pleasure.
Apo.
Isang karangalan po.
Salamat po.
Thank you very much.